I spent a lot of time designing this end-grain oak table, but the legs, they're just ugly. Let's do something about it. This tabletop is built out of end-grain oak, veneered with walnut in between the pieces, a total of 72 different pieces of oak. The top was fine, but like any good table, if it doesn't have sexy legs, it just doesn't work. And these legs weren't working for me. So I decided the easiest way to make them sexy was to replicate the pattern that I had on the top with the walnut. So this is what I started out. I decided I need a little groove about 1 millimeter wide by 1 millimeter deep to be able to put the veneer on edge to replicate the pattern. This was going to be a challenge. The saw curves were actually too big. I had to figure out a way to do it that was smaller than that. I had a fellow member of the North Texas Woodworkers Association cut some grooves for me with the CNC. But her machine was pretty slow, so I ended up going with a laser cut. It was a whole lot quicker. Here is a pre-glue up look of the little veneer slices that we have that'll go into each of the slots. We do one direction in one time, let the glue dry, and then do the other direction. Alright, so our glue up has dried, and we're going to remove the tape from when we glued in these little veneer pieces. Okay, here's the next challenge to the table build. Well, got the top level. I have to glue these legs in, and they're going to be the part that's going to be the challenge. This leg here is the shortest one. We had our engraving person cut this at the wrong end, so we had to move it up by a half of a diamond. So the other ones will be a little bit prouder, and we'll have to cut them all off, but that's fine. So now we're trying to figure out how to create braces to make sure the distance between the bottom and the top is the same from all 4 legs. So we're going to do one leg first, get it done, and then work on the other ones. Alright, we have glue up of the first leg. This is the one that we started with, and we get it as close to the level as we can. We built a little support in here that's the exact height that we needed and the exact width so we could clamp this together. This leg was skewed out and in. So we have that with spacer down there holding that leg. And so after this one dries, we'll put a couple dowel holes in here to hold that exactly in its place, and then we'll move on to glue up one leg at a time to get it all complete. So I've drilled these holes in here to put dowels in here in this way to make sure that these legs will stay in, as they may tend to bow out if you drag the table. Okay, I have the top out of the clamps. All legs are the same length. So we have to cut these little knobs off flush with the top of the table. Then you have to finish putting the dowel supports in the other 2 legs. Okay, now putting on the first banding layer. So I have this 2-inch piece of walnut that's going to go all the way around the top. We'll mount it flush to the bottom here, stick this out, and we'll plane that or sand that down to be flush. This gives it a more finished look rather than have all these veneer edges sticking out. And it's walnut just like the rest of the inlays. Today we're going to be putting on a French polish on this table that I recently built. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of a French polish. It gets a nice sheen on your project. And it's going to take several coats. And I'm using D-wax shellac and mineral spirits. And we're going to be using a 50-50 ratio. And we're going to take one of that. We're going to do two of these. Alright, so with that, we're going to mix this up. And you can see it just has a little bit of so we're going to start applying by just wiping across where it just has a wet look. We've already dusted this many times. This is going to dry real fast. Okay, so I have a first coat on here. Just adds a little touch of warm honey in here, so it's a wipe on. And we're obviously outside because we have these fumes from the mineral spirits. We want to be able to breathe freely out here. And so this is what coat number 1 looks like. Another 8 or 9 to go. As it dries, it evaporates. You can see it happens quite quickly. So that's been on for 20 seconds because it's half mineral spirits. It evaporates pretty nice and it'll dry within 15 to 20 minutes. In the next one, we'll do a light sanding, make sure our coats are smooth, and then put on a 4th coat. 400 grit sandpaper. I'm just doing a light sanding. If I get any marks that I think are too heavy or too shiny at this stage, and I'm just buffing them down so we make sure we have a consistent buildup. Sometimes you have little drifts or you have little heavy spots like right there, and you just want to buff it back to where it's all consistent and you can't tell any difference. Sometimes when your pad goes over somewhere and it stops, it creates a small little pool. You're just trying to buff it all back. Here I am putting on coat number 5. I do the legs first on the inside to get them nice and smooth, nice light wipe. I have a little strip of a cloth to get inside the corners next to the legs on the bottom. Right there is the drip that happened when I did the top and didn't pay attention to the side. So I'm gonna sand this back down and redo it. On this side, I have a couple of saw marks that I didn't realize at the time were still left on this piece. So the whole band around the top is gonna get resanded. So I finished the French polish after 8 coats. Nice, shiny sheen. It looks lovely.